Good afternoon to all of the dignitaries present over here. So myself Sandeep, I am a PhD scholar in genetics and plant breeding from Shuarts, Prayagraj. So this is not actually research work. This is like a suggestion to throwing light into some new concept. So I'll be talking about stomatal response under heat and drought stress. So basically, while talking about,
you can restrict to 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
You can just
I'll just give
points,
a outline. That's it. Okay. So basically, when talking about climate change, you're talking about singular stresses. Like if you're talking about heat, you're always talking about heat. If drought, always drought. But we do not look about the combined stresses. So now we are focusing on heat and drought as coupled stresses because heat and drought are coming together. So in the same way, the plants tend to relieve their heat by opening the stomata and release the heat outside. And during drought, the plants will try to close the pores so that they need to conserve the water. So when heat and drought are coming together, then the plant goes into a dilemma whether to open the stomata or not to open the stomata. So basically, that is the core problem. So under combined heat and drought stress, stomata face a fundamental dilemma requiring active integration of opposing signals to maintain physiological homeostasis. So we all know about heat stress and what happens during heat stress, so I will not throw so much of light on that. So basically what is happening is during heat stress, the stomata need to open, and during drought stress, the stomata needs to close. So when the drought and heat are combining together, the plant goes into a dilemma where it is called as where you can see this, that is called as oscillation of stomata. For 15 to 60 minutes, the stomata will start to oscillate, open and close the pores. So that is what happening during, combined stress. So this is not present in all types of plants. Some plants which have adopted this mechanism of, quoted as, resistant plants towards heat and drought, but not all the plants have this system. So the stomata plays a major role in dissipation of heat, heat stress, because they exchange the gases outside. So when the core temperature increases more than 35 degrees centigrade, the stomata needs to open so as to dissipate the heat outside. But when drought is combined with that, so the plant cannot open its stomata, so that it needs to conserve its water. So, and as you can see here, there are two responses. I'll show it here. So there is a signal conflict, that is when TOT3 is acting, that is it is restricting the opening of stomata so that it needs to conserve the water. And when OST1, the open stomata 1 is switch is opening, then it is opening the stomata so that it will allow heat dissipation. So when both of the stresses, when they combine, we might think that both the stresses will come together and will cause a major problem. But the plant does not take it that way. You can see in the heat stress, the transpiration rate is increased. In drought stress, the transpiration is decreased. But when both are there, the plant does not accumulate both the stresses, but it will try to approach a new approach, that is a median approach. So the plants showing this response are quoted to be resistant to heat and drought. So what we can see, so this is the activation of heat and drought. The oscillation of stomata. You can see, as you can see it here, for 15 to 60 minutes. So guard cells serve as those. The mechanical computers that help in opening or closing of the stomata, in which you can see during one type of stress it is open, then it is closed, and when both are converging, then it is oscillating. Okay. Then the basic conclusion here is that we are looking about, nowadays ACRIP trials are going on heat and drought combined stresses and all these things like timely, late zone, irrigated and non-irrigated things. We are looking about morphological insights, but we need to look into physiological insights that also, by that I mean stomatal stomatal studies should be done. So that is the basic conclusion of this. It is like a suggestion.
Thank you, Mr. Sandeep. Yeah, very good collation of information. It's a long way to go. We need research on this.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We'll call upon the next speaker, Dr. Debashish.
Thank you.
Dr. Debashish Mandal from Mizoram University, Aizawl.